So here's the thing with cardio, and when you follow the standard, the typical restricted calorie diet, followed with some traditional hardcore cardio program, and you stay in that consistent mythical calorie deficit zone, and you do a ton of cardio workouts, the body ends up doing the opposite of what people think it's going to do or it's supposed to do. 100% of the time, without fail, being overly restricted, calorie deprived, and just grinding it out with a shit ton of cardio will degrade your metabolic rate over time. Simply meaning your body will be burning less and less calories daily by simply existing. That isn't the exception to the rule. That's not the outlier. When guys try to follow that whole eat less, move more ideology, that whole method, the result's the same every time. A worse metabolism, which ultimately means less freedom, less ability to have a life where you can actually eat the food you want, indulge from time to time without worry or fear you're going to wake up fatter the next day. And everything I want to help you guys with in MAP is about combating letting that happen. Methods that are going to keep metabolism ticking along rather than getting worse. Because I can make you stronger physically where you can lift more weight, but if we don't make you stronger metabolically, we're eventually going to run into a big problem and you're not going to be able to go anywhere. So the last thing we want to do is follow the typical status quo cardio program. And you already know your diet is definitely not your typical diet, but we don't want to send your body and your hormones into fight or flight, defense mode, by doing a bunch of the wrong style of cardio and calorie depriving. And if you follow, most fit programs, very often you end up with a body that begins actually favoring burning muscle for energy over being able to actually use the fat stores that you want to burn and you want to get rid of, which is why so many guys, they start diets, they do the cardio, they're disciplined, they're working hard. They end up losing 20 or 30 pounds, but they still look nothing like what they wanted to look like or what they thought they were going to look like 30 pounds later. And it's not because they just need to lose more weight. It's because they lost the wrong weight, because that 30 pounds that they lost wasn't mainly fat being lost. They lost too much weight, which was actually muscle mass. And skinny fat isn't the look that I think you're going for. So we're going to try to avoid that. And I've been there. I used to put clients on those type of programs, those types of plans for years. And over time, I learned the hard way. I had to get smarter. I saw the patterns, what would happen if guys did that. And I had to figure out a smarter approach. So that's what this is all about. All to say, get the idea out of your head that if you just eat less and do more cardio, that you're going to get more results and the results you're after. You won't. You need to start doing things the right way, the daily steps, the non-exercise activity, getting outside, eating the right foods at the right times, effective weight training with short, high-intensity sessions just sprinkled in. We're after fat loss and improving your muscle to fat ratio, not just losing weight as quick as possible. That's not my intention. That's not what we want. We don't want you guys looking skinny fat with a worse metabolism. And you see all the transformations on social media, people and trainers shouting at the top of their lungs about their weight loss transformation, how much weight they lost. But what people don't usually see, that I see because I've been doing this for 15 years, is what happens to most of those people 6 months or a year down the road, where the person now actually has less healthy muscle mass than where they started, which was part of the problem to begin with, part of the foundational issue that needed to get addressed. It wasn't a weight loss problem as much as it was an under muscle problem and eating the wrong foods and doing the wrong things. So most people's body's default is to want to eliminate whatever tissue is using the most energy. That's the way we're hardwired for survival over, evolution, for efficiency. This isn't always a good thing, because the thing your body wants to eliminate, if you just deprive it and do a bunch of mindless cardio, it wants to eliminate precious muscle because that's what's energy thirsty. And it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out that if you want to have a real life long term without, getting fat every time you have a pizza or Christmas dinner, you don't want to fear calories. You want to stay in shape year round. We need to get the metabolism healthy, and we need to increase lean muscle, not lose it during our weight loss. We can't build a lifestyle that way. So the next video is going to dive deeper into what I want you guys doing for cardio. So watch that, and we'll talk to you soon.